Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great because Black Ops 7 is finally out. Now, I should specify, that's not necessarily because of my hype for the game, but rather because now that it's out, we can finally get all of the god-awful COD players off of Battlefield, and they can go back to playing a game that they actually, well, I was gonna say that they actually like, but I honestly don't believe that for a second. I'll say go back to a game that they're actually good at and they actually know how to play. Because if you've been keeping up with my channel or just with general Call of Duty versus Battlefield content over the last couple months, you would know that most COD streamers who are just unhappy with the state of Black Ops 6 and Warzone decided to come over to Battlefield. Maybe they just wanted to, maybe they were getting sponsored to do it, which honestly the second one I think happened in a lot of cases. But regardless, they came over to Battlefield 6 for a little bit, and basically across the board, these COD streamers were spouting the dumbest possible takes you could ever imagine about Battlefield 6. They'd play support and then say they're not going to revive their teammates. They would say that Battlefield 6 needs a BR to stay relevant. Just basically imagine an incorrect statement about Battlefield 6. These guys probably have said it at some point, but I think today I have found the worst possible take I have ever heard about Call of Duty versus Battlefield, and I honestly don't think you're gonna believe your ears when you hear it. That is assuming I didn't spoil it in the title and or thumbnail. I probably did, but whatever. Let's just say this guy thinks very highly of himself and other COD players. But real quick, before we get into the video, if you keep coming back and watching my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider subscribing. You're coming back anyway, so why not? You might as well be the first person to know when I upload. Also, I have a chocolate chip cookie right here. This could be yours. As soon as you sub, I'll throw it like a frisbee out my window. I hope it reaches you. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into arguably the worst COD versus Battlefield take I have ever heard in my life.
Yo, Richie, what's your thoughts on Battlefield? Bro, my thoughts are people who play Battlefield can't compete in a COD lobby. That's all I gotta say. Hey, these people get gunned in a COD lobby. It's a bunch of bums who can't hit a slide cancel. That's my thoughts right there, buddy. You just can't compete, so you gotta...
By the way, that wasn't me cutting the clip short. It just ends right there. I don't know why, but whatever. I think we can reasonably assume he was gonna say something along the lines of, you have to sit in a tank to get kills. Which is hilarious to me, because actually driving a tank and using it properly in Battlefield is harder than slide canceling. These guys act so high and mighty about slide canceling. Like, brother, you sprint and then you double tap crouch and you keep sprinting. Anybody with a set of functioning fingers can slide cancel. I would know because I used to slide cancel in COD all the time. And saying Battlefield players can't compete in a COD lobby is rich coming from a COD streamer. You know what? How about this? If just sitting in a tank in Battlefield and farming kills is so easy, then why don't you do it? You know why? Because if he goes up against a single half-decent engineer, he's screwed. And oh, by the way, I found his original Battlefield 6 gameplay on his channel. This dude was absolutely terrible. He just ran around mindlessly with a sniper, not even with his squad or anything. Killed himself as soon as he got down. You know, basically anything bad you would expect from a COD player playing Battlefield. I mean, just take a look at this clip and strap in your brain cells for dear life. You're gonna need them.
Hello? I think I'm top fragging right now. Bro, I'm looking like Black Boy Max right now, I can't lie. Who's shooting at me? Who's shooting at me? Where?
Yes, this is the guy saying that Battlefield players can't compete in a COD lobby. Need I say anything else? Not gonna lie, I think he's just projecting. My man can't play Battlefield to save his life and he wants to talk about how Battlefield players can't compete in a COD lobby. Okay, bud. Let me just throw this out there as well. I don't think a lot of Battlefield players want to compete in a COD lobby. You say that like it's an insult, but I don't think most people care. Battlefield players look down on COD sweats like yourself, so I don't know what your point is here. Personally, I have more respect for good Battlefield players than good COD players because being good at Battlefield requires more than just slide canceling and shooting. Anyways, now we're gonna get into the clip that made me think this is the worst take I've ever heard on COD versus Battlefield. Just take a listen to this.
What do you like better, Battlefield or COD? Bro, yo, if you play Battlefield, you're actually a casual dog. Bro, we have fucking zombies. Yo, the people who play Battlefield cannot hit a fucking slide cancel, bro. We have zombies, campaign, ranked. Hey, if you play Battlefield, just tell me you pour concrete all day, bro. You pour fucking... You're a blue collar and you pour concrete. Hey, shout out to my blue collars, though. Deadass.
That's right, guys. If you play Battlefield, you're just a blue-collar worker, implying that being a blue-collar worker is a bad thing. You are a video game streamer. You have no right to be disrespecting anybody for what they do as a job, especially blue-collar workers of all people. You know, the people who keep society running and who do more for society in a single day than you will in an entire year. I would much rather be pouring concrete than doing what you do. And then he tries to save himself at the end by saying, shout out to my blue-collar workers. No, shut the hell up. On top of that, can we talk about the irony in him calling Battlefield players casual while saying Call of Duty is better? A, I just love the implication that a game being casual makes it bad. B, Call of Duty is one of the most casual games out there, especially zombies, you know, the mode that you just named. Dude, I love zombies. It's my main mode in COD. It's what I'm gonna be grinding on BO7. And I'll happily admit it's casual. Like, I don't get what these guys have against Call of Duty being a casual game. The only thing that's scarier to this guy than a casual game is a job application. And again, what is his obsession with hitting a slide cancel? He acts like it's some impossible maneuver. Dude, it's really not hard. Again, as long as your fingers work, you can hit a slide cancel. If he thinks that's difficult and impressive, I would love to see him hop in a jet in Battlefield. Or hell, you know what? I'll be nice. A helicopter. Guarantee he doesn't even know how to take off in the thing. We could sit here and argue for days about which game has the lower skill floor, COD or Battlefield, but it is not even a question in my mind that Battlefield has the higher skill ceiling. I am still yet to see something as crazy as a Rendazook in COD. And also, can I just ask, why did he mention that COD has a campaign? Battlefield has a campaign too, you know that, right? Having a campaign in a COD game is not a flex, especially with what I've been seeing from the Black Ops 7 campaign. This thing might be contending with Modern Warfare 3 for how bad it is, but we'll see. Little plug here, we're gonna be streaming the Black Ops 7 campaign on Saturday on this channel. I'm thinking around 3 p.m. So yeah, look forward to that. I can't wait to see how bad it is. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at one more clip from this guy just to round everything out. Just listen to what he has to say for this one.
Yo, Richie, do you think Battlefield's gonna die since BO7 just came out? Oh yeah, 100%, bro. And not only is Battlefield gonna die, the player count's gonna go down, but the comp's gonna go down, because every half-decent and good player on Battlefield was a COD kid. Now they're just gonna go play COD. So Battlefield's gonna be dead, and Battlefield's gonna have no comp. So hey, for all you battle dads, enjoy no comp, man, on that shitty-ass game. The real men, they go to a game that takes skill.
Ah, yes, real men play a skillful game like COD. Battlefield is for little babies, am I right, guys? Can we just talk about the irony in him saying this when Call of Duty has gotten so much crap recently for trying to appeal to the Fortnite crowd with the god-awful collaborations with cartoons and whatnot? And they've got extremely heavy moderation on voice chat and text chat so that you can't be too mean to anybody because they probably know that there's a lot of kids playing their M-rated game. But yeah, sure, bud, Call of Duty's for the men. And you know what? Let's go ahead and see if he was right about Battlefield being killed by Call of Duty. He said everybody's gonna come back to COD, and that the only skillful players on Battlefield were COD players. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Steam charts, and oh dear. And you can say whatever you want about, oh, well, people are at work. People aren't home to play the game right now. Battlefield 6 also launched on a Friday, and it launched to over 700,000 concurrent players on Steam. And this whole clip just proves that this guy has no idea what skill in Battlefield actually means. All of these COD guys think that skill is just who has the best movement and who has the best aim. That is not even close to true for Battlefield. There are tons of different ways to be quote-unquote good at the game. And guess what, dude? Those COD players on Battlefield who you claim were the best ones were actually the worst players. They contributed basically nothing to their teams aside from depleting their tickets faster. In fact, if I were a betting man, I would bet that now that Black Ops 7 is out, people are going to enjoy Battlefield 6 even more because they won't have people like you running around and ruining the game for them. COD players were single-handedly killing the reputation of all medics in Battlefield, and hopefully now that they're gone, medics will actually do their jobs, but we'll we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, that is all I've got for this video. Thank you if you made it to the end, and if you did, comment down below telling me, which game do you think takes more skill, COD or Battlefield? Also, will you be giving BO7 a shot, or are you just gonna stick with Battlefield? So yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Friday night, including tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on the gaming channel for gaming streams, and like I said, join us tomorrow at 3 for the BO7 stream. And consider becoming a channel member if you want Discord access and awesome emotes, and I will catch you all next time.